I really haven't seen enough of either racer throughout the season so far to make that kind of judgment call. But it should be an interesting race. Fyon, reasonably new to racing the game, but made a good name for himself so far. Oh, a little bit ahead of myself on the timer there. An EMP bomber. I hadn't heard of him before Season 4, but likewise putting in a decent name for himself. We're off and running. Oh, look at the sprites here. So Fyon with the Vegeta sprite that we've seen before, but the Shovel Knight sprite for EMP, which just looks fantastic.
Oh, an EMP right away, finding a really nice food shop. That's gonna give him 7 hearts right there.
Yeah, so
not having a bomb to get into that super secret shop behind the food shop, but you know, that's life.
Yeah,
getting a little trolled on the layouts here though.
Yeah, a little bit of a shrug kind of situation. So Fyon, on the other hand, is not going to check that blood shop on 1-2. Well, the prospective blood shop. I think on 1-2 you can.
It is blood shop. 1-1 had a food shop, so this.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Oh, maybe using the dragon to open it. Yeah, I think he's going to use the dragon to get it. Okay, that's smart of him. Maybe he heard the dragon and decided right off the bat that he's going to use the dragon to get in there, which is very smart play on his part.
Absolutely, means you get to keep all 3 of your bombs. Not going to happen for EMP, and what a blood shop it is once he finally gets in.
Very strong blood shop. It's a free obsidian longsword. Can't be upset about that.
Absolutely. I think the only regret there is maybe from EMP, maybe wishes he'd waited a little while to pop that chicken. Could have had the ham instead and had the extra container. But, you know, it's kind of 6 1/2 dozen.
Yeah, I mean, he's got 7 hearts, and it was the right call. It was the right play to immediately pop.
Absolutely,
the chicken. So you can't know something like that's going to happen.
Exactly. It's just one of these things that you would luck into it.
Fyon transmuting his shovel, probably looking for blood shovel, only getting a pickaxe though, and I think most likely the next thing he would find would be his glass shovel, and then he wouldn't be able to afford another transmute after that. Immediately losing that glass armor, unfortunately.
Yep.
And yeah, both of them kind of going the wrong way here. Finding that it's a dead end. Need to loop around to the right. I mean, but Fyon did pick up some extra funds, could potentially get the transmutes off to guarantee that blood shovel if you wanted, but I think he's going to skip out it. Getting his luck here, though, so we're going to see a lot of divergence in terms of builds, most likely.
Yep.
Although, I wouldn't be surprised if we see them stick with that obsidian long for their weapon, but the supporting gear might vary a bit.
Absolutely. So Ring of Charisma is the non-luck purple chest after that Conga 1 fight. We'll need to see what Fyon gets.
Pretty weak find, but with luck, I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna call that's a Ring of Gold because it's always Ring of Gold with Lucky Charm, just always.
Let's have a look. No, it's a Ring of Regen.
That's much stronger. It would be a much stronger find on EMP Bomber's side with that massive 7 heart container health pool. But a good find nonetheless.
Absolutely, a nice little bit of safety for Fyon. Going to be feeling a lot better after breaking that glass armor early. Really nice find for EMP Bomber though. Manages to find chainmail in the shop. So
interesting shrine, Shriner choice there, but Fyon is not going to have any of that. Only thing that could be worth considering there is the glass shrine, but
even
current
then,
build he's got, I think, is a lot safer, and you know, regen doesn't pair too well with glass, so
yeah.
Gonna be buying out this shop. Teleportation Crown, holster, Fear Scroll. Fear Scroll gonna be nice if he can find a decent shop later on.
Absolutely, we'll get that for free. So gonna be hoping to maybe pick up something like Heavy Plate by the time he reaches early Zone 3.
Finding a cheese on Fyon's side. Gonna ooh, that's really bad. Yeah, unfortunately, that's a big time waste. See, the Telecrown. Telecrown's good for saving yourself a hit, and you can use it in some zones to teleport close to the exit, especially Zone 4. But a lot of times it can just cause a lot of time waste. I think in that situation, Fyon would have much rather just taken the heart and a half hit of damage from the Wraith, because he was just almost immediately regen it back from that ring he's got. but instead getting warped all the way back to the start of that floor, wasting a lot of time.
Yep, so the advantage now with EMP Bomber. He is the first onto his Coral Rift fight. Gonna do it the good old-fashioned way.
That's a glass shop there on Fyon's side. Gonna check it.
There's
not really anything he wants though.
Yeah.
Glass shovel could maybe be worth taking, but not gonna take it.
No, bit of an adventure for Fyon as well, but manages to wrangle it in the end. Let's see. Okay, so a sunglasses pickup for EMP. That means he is going to be doing a minimum of 2 damage with this obsidian longsword, which is nice. Oh, and there's a quake scroll. There's a scroll in need as well. Take your pick. What do you want? And a titanium long as well.
I don't think there's much he would want from the scroll of need. I mean, he can just pop it immediately and grab a torch. Torch of Foresight, probably the one he wants the most, honestly. Gonna let him see any of those rare trap 3 or zone 3 trapdoors.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you think about keeping the obsidian, with the sunglasses, keeping the obsidian longsword instead of maybe switching out to the titanium?
I think switching out to titanium would probably be ideal. You know, again, 4 damage doesn't really do much for you, and with obsidian, you're going to be dropping down to 2 damage whenever you, with those sunglasses, whenever you take a hit or drop your multiplier. Otherwise, oh, miner's cap.
Oh, here we go.
That's a take.
And obsidian armor also popped up at some point for Fyon.
Yeah, that came from his scroll of need.
Oh, okay.
Finding levitation. Not going to be able to use that trapdoor, but taking the miner's cap.
Here we go
and
with the pickaxe, though.
Gonna give him a nice speed boost in Zone 4. Since you're guaranteed to be required to dig some walls in Zone 4.
Gotta be careful. You gotta move
left,
buddy. There you go.
Yeah, he's gotta move away from this dragon. That's a pretty common trap, you know, for a lot of players. Get caught on the extreme tail edge of that blue dragon breath. You just want to keep moving away, but
oh, this is bad. Uses the quake scroll.
Popping the quake scroll in panic.
It might just save him, but this is spooky. Gonna have to be really careful here.
Slowly lurching its way towards him, finally getting vertical with that dragon, but the time loss from that is huge. Meanwhile, this is just his 3-2, and meanwhile, EMP Bomber already about to head on to Zone 4.
Yep, did lose his beat multiplier against Death Metal 3, so no items for him, but his build is pretty good. I don't know really what you're maybe looking for a spell, probably a better ring, but
yeah, those levitation boots really working against Fyon's Fyon's end here, seeing multiple trapdoors that he just can't take, and I believe EMP Bomber was all over those, and that's how he picked up most of his lead.
Yep, plenty of trapdoors.
I wasn't paying super close attention, so maybe he just got better, better routing and cleared more quickly. But yeah, missing out on a bunch of trapdoors so far.
Okay, Fyon taking a bit of time here. Really doesn't want to push too far into this exit area.
Oh, ouch! That Grey Goblin. Barely
Goblin
hanging on because of that plate armor, and the regen's gonna hopefully heal him up a bit. But whew, that was a little bit scary.
Yeah, I think Fyon really does need to find something good from his boss chest here on this fight. Having to be a little bit careful. Those beetles on the bounce traps are so nasty.
I would maybe even not bother with the chest.
Oh, that's an interesting proposition. I think you do have to keep the regen. I think it's the right decision. Oh, the telemonkey strats.
Very nice teleport monkey. That is right next to his exit. I'm not sure it was intentional, but it certainly is working out for him.
Yep, certainly going to save himself a little bit of time here.
Seeing a little bit of discomfort with handling Zone 4 enemies.
Yep, ooh, manages to avoid the red dragon there.
Way more than he needs to.
Yep, and cracks open that black skeleton closet, so this is... Cracks it open twice, this is spooky.
He should be fine. He had the chance to exit right there, and now he's getting confused and going the wrong way.
Taking a lot of hits, but he's
getting out, but taking way longer than was necessary for that floor. And EMP Bomber just kind of slow but steady, pushing through this zone 4.
Yeah, just coasting through.
On his 4-3. And yeah, Fyon dropping a lot of beats, which you don't want to be doing with that Obsidian Longsword.
It's one of the pitfalls of running an Obsidian weapon all the way to the end. You know, you do get to a point where dropping beats is actually the most efficient use of your time. EMP took a bit of a hit there from that Black Skeleton, but he does have a decent amount of armor, so not the worst thing in the world. Oh, this Rider spawn with the Quake scroll. Thanks, game. Thanks, Ryan. Okay, should be able to get out of it fine. Manages to control it. But Fyon's gonna really have to push here. I didn't see how many bombs EMP has.
That looks like 1 to me. Has the Gigantism scroll, but not a strong enough shovel to utilize it with. So, gonna be doing this the long way. But I feel like Fyon not really pushing hard enough considering the situation. He has 4 hearts in regen and a plate mail. I think he really could have pushed this a little harder than he did. And it might come back to bite him here because EMP Bomber just about to finish up with his button puzzles.
Yep, there you go. So
getting the last bomb in. Dragon a little bit scary.
Very good decision to switch out Dorian's weapon. Ooh, a little bit spooky in the corner, so Dorian takes half a heart of damage there. Don't think we're going to see a lot of learn from either of these guys.
Is going way off the rails for
well handled though by Fyon.
Getting out with just half a heart. But I think he only has 2 bombs, so not really going to be gaining any time here. Yeah, having to do button puzzles.
There's a big hit on EMP from that bomb spell.
This ogre being a little tricky, taking him out, but oh, Necrodancer immediately summoning a dragon. Can't tell what color that is. It's a red dragon, so that's dangerous. Clearing it out. As Fyon starts his second phase, but it's too little too late. There's the finish for EMP Bomber.
Yep, EMP gonna take home this win, an 11:53 RT and 11:30 in-game. Probably a little bit slower just because of those button puzzles. Like, those were some really nasty spawns from the Necrodancer. Had to spend a lot of time handling those. But,
yeah, it's a little bit of a shame to see, because Fyon assembled a much stronger build, but didn't really push it proportionally as hard as EMP Bomber was pushing his lesser build. So they cleared Zone 4 at about the same pace, despite the huge difference in build, and that's gonna be what seals the win for him.
Yeah, absolutely. So EMP up 1-0. GG to both racers. It's now super dark in my room, so once this race is underway, I'll need to go and turn on the light. Okie doke, we're off and running.
Alright, off and running. Fyon immediately digging right, not finding anything. So a little bit of deficit there, but nothing significant. Not yet, at least. Pretty standard run-of-the-mill 1-1 here. Okay, there's prospect of Bloodshot. Both of them going for it, but it's a transmog instead. Could go in there and transmute your shovel. Even if you get titanium, that's a guaranteed Bloodshot. Yeah, it's the titanium shovel, and that means Fyon here is going to be able to check that Bloodshot that's immediately there, whereas EMP Bomber is not, and it's a good one.
That Titanium Cat is going to do some serious work.
Very strong start.
Ooh.
Titanium Cat even be a good endgame weapon, and EMP Bomber taking a bit of an odd death to a Red Dragon Fireball there at point-blank range. making good use of the spike traps there. Opening that crate, although only finding a pile of gold, not really what you're looking for. So Fyon getting his luck here, and going to be looking to push on to his 1-3, and now he's got a pretty substantial lead because of that. Although this time around, I think we'll see EMP Bomber likely get that Titanium Cat, because now he knows that that's a transmog, and he probably doesn't want to spend the bomb to get in there. Yes, finding the Titanium Cat, so looking like it's going to be pretty identical builds here.
Fyon seems really reluctant to actually use this holy water, which I think he could be doing with using... Does holy water work in the Leprechaun?
Yeah, I believe you can use it against a Leprechaun. The question is, do you really want to? I mean, it's a faster Leprechaun kill, but holy water makes for a great panic button in really nasty surround situations. You might want to save it for something like that. I think holy water kind of suffers a bit from that syndrome, where it's like players take it and go, oh, this is going to be a great panic button, and then they never actually remember to use it. And EMP Bomber going down to that Minotaur just looks like he maybe messed up the cat attack a little bit. Finding a Fireball Scroll on, yeah, see, and that's something a pretty common use for the holy water there. Just pop it in immediately on the zone 2 floor. It'll hit the mushroom lights and give you 2 hearts, just essentially acting as a cheese. It's a good way to use it, especially if you know that you'll probably forget to use the holy water otherwise. Which is something I'm guilty of a lot. So sometimes I do exactly that. Just pop it on those mushroom lights, get the 2 hearts, and be done with it.
Find yourself in somewhere like 4-2, like, why am I still holding on to this? Let's see if Fyon gonna pop this crate down the trapdoor. Also gonna spend the time. He wants to kill his boss. Doesn't want to deal with trapdoor rooms.
Oh, could have gotten the swaggy kill as he jumped down the trapdoor there with the cat. Missing out on the style points.
Could be a bit of a mistake
Fyon,
as well.
Fyon
you know,
really
we're using
into taking these barrels out. Oh,
there you go.
Finds an obsidian cat that's gonna let him just crack that open right away. I could tell he was trying to figure out how to maneuver that over to the bomb or spike trap over there.
Yeah, and then the game's like, nah, don't worry about it.
A little easier. But we gotta be careful with that exploding mushroom there. Yeah, just gonna pop it right there.
Yeah, and it was
Cats and exploding mushrooms do not mix well. It's pretty easy to take a pretty nasty dive on those.
As Inknon found out to his detriment the other day.
Oh, is that in his
it was one of his
Lancer?
deaths, yeah, it was in a zone 2 shop. And yeah, against Lancer. Okay, EMP finally making his way down to this zone 2. Also goes purple.
Oh, and Fyon putting too much faith in his lucky charm there. Walking into a dire vent that had nowhere else to go, taking a dunk, but
that's a nice shot.
Checking the slot shop, very nice shot for him. Obsidian armor, plus 2 heart containers, so he's looking very tanky compared to EMP Bomber, who's only on a heart and a half, and has a titanium flail, which is pretty definitely the weaker weapon compared to the obsidian cat.
Mimic Wall takes a bite out of him there.
Although, Fyon taking a lot of unnecessary damage in this deep blues, kind of getting tripped up by cat priority. And as such, no flawless for him, and he's gonna be lacking a heart going into zone 3.
Let's see,
checking his shops. I think he knows he has the lead. Not a very good shop there for him on 3-1 though.
No, it's not a huge lead though, because EMP is already down to his zone 2 boss. Really scooted through that zone 2.
It looks like he picked up that cheese earlier on in zone 2 because, or no, he used his holy water. So, because he's back at full health again, so not at immediate risk of dying right now. And looks like he's gonna be getting this flawless on deep blues, which is something that Fyon missed. And if he finds a good like a rapier or something, or maybe Ring of Courage,
Fireball spell's okay too. Not what you're really looking for, but not exactly going to be detrimental. We'll be able to get off.
Yeah. Fireball spell actually, I think, couples great with that flail, because flail's big downfall is zone 4 with Blade Masters, and Fireball spell going to give you an alternate means of taking care of those Blade Masters. But Fyon, meanwhile, switching to Dagger of Phasing and taking a lot of hits throughout his zone 3 so far. I mean, even with that armor, he's already knocked himself down another 2 hearts. and he's only 2 floors. He's already only finished 2 floors. Taking another hit from that fire slime right there. Maybe forgetting that he just switched off the cat. But finding a Shrine of Darkness a little bit late to be taking that though.
Yeah, a little bit spooky if you take it now. You're really relying hard on maybe your purple chest from your Zone 3 boss to get a replacement ring. Doing a lot of killing of his beat multiplier here, so that obsidian armor really not going to be doing much for him. But he does have the 3 damage. There's a cheese.
Yeah, finding that cheese, that's really nice for him. He was a little bit.
Oh, obsidian longsword. Yep, gonna
switching to
switch
obsidian
out.
longsword. I'm not sure I agree with that. 3 damage phasing dagger is super strong. And I mean the +1 is not really going to be doing much on that obsidian longsword.
Yeah, I agree. I think the phasing is definitely the better weapon choice there. I can understand at this level taking the obsidian longsword over it just for the additional range.
And a nice levitation find for Fyon, which is great for both Zone 4 and this Coral Rift fight.
Yep,
he's
this
going
is
to be able to just float right over the water and poke that head right into the into phase 2 in this fight.
Yep, just no problem at all. Little bit spooked, it looks like, by some of these tentacles. Should still have this though.
Yeah, gonna pick up that flawless. I would imagine going to check his purple, look for regen, peace, courage, any kind of magic, and like almost anything.
Oh.
Ring of gold. It's always a ring of gold. Always, 100% of the time, every time. But hey, you know, at least he'll be finishing with a higher score.
And that's what matters. It all helps tie into that the additional swag points you get. And we are using swag as a tiebreaker. It's not median buckles, it's swag, let's be real.
Potential food shop here. It looks like he's going to skip it though. I mean, he is on 4 bombs. If he wants to kill the shop, if you were to kill the food shopkeeper, it would put him down to 2, which is not where you want to be. A little bit of a nasty swarm here,
very
though.
spooked here.
Gonna bomb it out. I'm not sure I agree with that. If he just moved left a little bit, he could have fished that telemonkey out from behind the warlock, and then that formation would have been a lot more manageable.
Yep.
As it was, the big problem was that warlock with a telemonkey behind it makes it really hard to hit, because you hit the warlock, you instantly get teleported.
Yep,
it's not a good time.
3 bombs in a boxer EMP who is almost caught up. He's on his 4-1. Having to be a little bit careful here. Took a hit. Uses his cheese, so he is back to full health. Doesn't have the boots that Fyon does, so big advantage for Fyon there.
Oh, and we're seeing another one of those.
Oh,
that was a weak teleport. That teleport monkey needs to see me after class. That was weak.
That was it was sufficiently spooky, but the distance could definitely be improved. Fyon just taking things a little bit slower, and it's allowing EMP to catch up. EMP playing really strongly here, trying to come from behind. Oh, does take a hit though. This is spooky with the darkness.
This is really nasty. This darkness effect is really kind of putting him in a spook. Okay, clearing it out.
No!
Oh, and walking into the skeleton that just popped out of the sarcophagus.
I saw it as well. I saw it spawn.
And the worst part is there's a really early potion in 4-3, and he had extra bombs to spend, so very likely would have found that and gotten himself out of the danger zone. And now Fyon with said potion, gonna likely have a pretty easy time here, getting a little bit of a nasty spot with the blue dragon, but does get vertical with him, so gonna clear him up no problem.
Yeah, that was a very not like
he's ready to head on to his zone 4 boss, Deadringer.
Yep, down on to Deadringer, so we'll see what kind of strat he does. Looks like he's going for Japanese strat again. And pulls it off perfectly as well.
Yeah,
thankfully no nasty spawns.
Could check his purple for phasing just to round off the safety. Gonna go for red, which I'm not sure I agree with.
I think maybe thinking
maybe
if he can get some health or blast helm, but
no, I think the only thing worth checking there is purple for phasing.
Yeah,
it's the only thing that's really going to make this fight substantially safer. You're not, if it's health, you're not at all worried about your cadence or your I guess Vegeta in this case, because you have that potion and armor. It's your cadence is going to be tanky, you know, be able to tank hits for days.
Exactly.
What you want is just like safety from enemy removal, which phasing would give you the spawn minimization, or oh yeah, that's pretty much it. That's what you would want.
Yeah, Fionn with some kind of pseudo lures here. I think he understands that you can do it, but maybe doesn't know quite how to do it. Pulls off a couple of good ones here though, so it looks like he's going to come out with a win. That brutal death for EMP on a, I believe it was 4-2.
Yeah, and I think that was I think that can be attributed to the sunglasses. He the silhouetted enemies, he just didn't see that skeleton spawn in time.
I just caught it kind of out the corner of my eye. I saw something move behind the wall. I can understand getting bopped by it. But GG's to Fionn, so ties it up at 1. But yeah, looking at that last race, I think EMP is the faster racer, but he did kind of get screwed in that last one. So I think maybe you got to give him the advantage here and say, you know, he's proven that. I think he has proven that he can catch up with very little issue. So he is faster, but just needs to try and work on not taking death. Like Fionn's been pretty consistent. That's an interesting blood shot.
Pretty weak blood shot here. Both of them taking the same thing, going for that gold flail. And I don't know if I really feel that positively about the gold flail.
Yeah, the gold flail.
It looks like Fionn trying to get the gold kill for that barrel, but not quite lining it up right. Flail can be pretty hard to maneuver to put piles of gold next to barrels, because you're likely to, like, you can see he tried to move right to lure the ghost next to it, but you know, flail range, just tagging the ghost instead. So wasting some time there.
Yeah, not a huge amount. It shouldn't cost him. Manages to get the gold kill on that dire bat, which not hugely necessary, but always nice to pull one of those off. Gold flow is good. The gold flow, it's okay. I mean, there's certainly better stuff you can find.
This is Steak with one of his meme opinions. He thinks the gold flail is like legitimately great. I mean, I guess with courage, it's pretty solid. Oh, what just happened to?
So he was trying. Oh, we have a full party wipe.
Was that the same thing that happened?
No, so I think it was the red dragon. I think the red dragon got Fionn, but the as EMP was trying to get his leprechaun, he jumped right and into a yellow skeleton, which kind of came out of nowhere.
See, and this is why 1 damage flails are weak. You get into situations where you're trying to move away from them, from a bad spot like that, and you just can't, because you're stuck slowly mashing down this whole black skeleton closet for 1 damage as a dragon lines himself up with you, and just fires away, and there's nothing you can do about it. So I'm kind of surprised to see him immediately go for the gold flail again. I think for Zone 1, you're generally going to want the maneuverability that the dagger offers.
Oh, there's that red dragon again. No! EMP goes down to that this time. Doesn't manage to get out of the way.
He had to swing down at that point. One of the things flail is good for is when you get into close quarters with the dragon like that, and he's going to try and fireball you, you just shove it out of the way, so it just, you know, harmlessly fires in one of the rows next to you instead of on you. Okay, so Fionn this time letting the dragon trample through those black skeletons this time. So not gonna have any problems. And yeah, seeing a little bit there, what I was just talking about, re-diverting the dragon fireball by just pushing him out of the way.
Yep, manages to grab his lucky charm as well.
Seeing a potential Shriner or Conjure or something over there. Has enough money that pretty much anything could be worthwhile.
Oh,
It's
it's
an
an
arena.
arena.
Oh, and a
Oh!
titanium rapier. I think you have to go for the rapier.
Takes the
Taking
shield spell.
I don't agree with that.
I don't think... Not when your current weapon's a gold flail. Like, that titanium rapier, you can run that to the end.
Yeah, but gold flail, you're gonna be checking your black chest. This floor, this zone most likely.
But that is... It's a bit of a bad meme. It's not a good meme. It's bad TM. Shrine and overturn there as well. So, if you'd kept the dagger, could have potentially had a glass rapier, but...
Checking for potential food shop. It is a food shop, but he has no way to kill. So he's just gonna have to buy whatever's in here and leave.
It's not
Which
too
is
bad,
pretty
actually.
Good shop. That's gonna get him back up to full health here.
Okay, so Fyon finally hit zone 1. EMP close behind.
Now, see, if the EMP Bomber had just stopped hitting the Minotaur for a second there, he would have broken open the food shop for him there. But as he just mashed him all the way down, there's no food shop for EMP. Alright, so Fyon mopping up the King Konga here. I imagine probably going to go for a black chest.
Yep, and it's a
finding
glass cat. He's not going to take it either.
Not going to take it. I very much disagree with that.
Yeah, I think at this level I can understand not taking it, but having already passed up on a titanium rapier, I can't help but feel sad.
Oh, and getting hung up on the explosive mushroom in the shop there, blowing himself up a little bit.
Yep, you got to take that titanium long. It does so.
Yeah, taking that titanium long, not really a super strong weapon, but
by the scroll, man, the scroll.
Gonna be better.
Oh dear, no, you don't. You don't want a glass broadsword.
But yeah, suddenly this is pretty even. EMP Bomber with a much stronger zone 2 so far, and now we're looking at almost identical builds. That say almost though, because and Fyon poking out that exploding mushroom and destroying his trapdoor that I'm sure he was wanting to take.
Yeah, I think he had his eyes set on
no
that.
trapdoor for him.
It's a nice cheese find, but he is losing time to EMP Bomber. Oh, this is a really nice shop. Oh, there goes his frost charm. There's the dragon. Oh, jeez.
Maybe he wants to farm up a bit and grab. I would farm up and grab the sunglasses personally.
I think I would grab the war over the sunglasses. Just if you have a 2 damage weapon, you get to 3 and you can get the knockback, as opposed to just having the 3 damage. EMP went down in zone 3. I didn't quite catch to what. It
looked like it was a fire slime. I think. I'm not sure. I only saw after the death message already happened. But yeah, now it's gonna be a solid lead for Fyon.
Yep, almost 2
still
full zones.
Very insistently taking that gold flail, despite not really having much results to show for it. Not really being able to utilize it very well in these early zones, but very insistently taking it from that blood shop.
Absolutely, and then goes down in 1-1. Fyon, on the other hand, managed to pick up lead boots and chainmail. Oh, there's bits of pain. You don't want those, not with a titanium longsword.
Yeah, the longsword's not going to be doing much for you there.
Yeah, but
oh, is that? And that could be a potion right there. That is a potion.
It is. He doesn't have any way to get in.
Very odd position, and
in fact, he doesn't have any way through at all. Oh, there you go.
And he has lead boots. He can just walk right over that. Nothing to worry about.
I don't think he realizes he's just gonna get the Yeti.
That's fine. So Fyon, very commanding position here. He's got not necessarily a fast build, but he does have a very safe one.
Yeah, it's super tanky.
Respectable armor, consistent 3 damage longsword, shield spell, fireball spell, and a potion with 5 hearts. It's very tanky, very safe, reliable build.
Yeah, and with the lead he's got built up, you gotta feel like he will probably get the win out of this, as long as he just doesn't go too slowly. Because we know EMP is... he can catch up pretty quickly.
Yeah, and I think that's... yeah, kind of knowing the proper pacing is what did Fyon in the first race. getting a much stronger build than EMP, but not really pushing it in the right pace.
Yeah.
Finding an
Oh,
Obsidian Cat there, that is a very strong find, although
the Ring of War
I
makes it
think
a bit
the
of a
3
nasty.
damage, yeah. The Ring of War doesn't really play nice with the Cat, and 3 damage Longsword, very safe, reliable option. Looks like he's going to stick with that.
There you see War at work, turning that previously blue dragon into red. So not having to worry about that. There's a Quake Scroll in that shop. That'll be nice for a quick Deadringer kill. We have seen that Fyon's a fan of the Japanese strat, which granted is quick enough, but the Quake Scroll is just so much safer.
That was a little scary. I would have done something disastrous in Fyon shoes there. I see that long line of enemies, and you have a fireball spell.
Yeah.
I think I might have popped it there and gotten killed by a shopkeeper. I was a little scared he was going to go for that, but...
Just as a, yeah, and what can possibly go wrong? Oh, everything.
Exactly.
Okay, hops down the stairs onto his 3-3, just taking his time. He did pick up a blood broadsword. I think he just wants a little bit of a health regen.
Kind of not really using it here, though. Yeah, I think he wants the regen. Oh, that said, there's a Crown of Thorns, but he doesn't have the money to buy it. That's his pawnbroker there. He's already seen his food shop. So, yeah, not much for him on this floor, I don't think. Should probably just look into clearing it. Yeah, taking the time. See, that's the thing. He keeps switching to his titanium over his blood, so he's not really getting the benefit out of the blood longsword. He's not getting that health regen, which, frankly, I don't know that that's really necessarily a problem. He's got 3 hearts in the bank with chainmail, and he's got a potion on deck.
Yeah, he's looking
EMP
healthy.
Bomber just went down again to, I think that was a black skeleton.
So nasty for EMP. So Fyon with all the time in the world here to kind of see this out.
Yeah, Fyon even doubling back after he gets the funds to go buy that Crown of Thorns. So yeah, now that Blood Longsword not really needed at all, can really easily just get the health regen with the 3 damage. Nothing to worry about.
Yep, just gonna play it super slow. Just not a concern in the world. He's down onto his Zone 3 boss, which is Coral Rift. Could pop the Quake Scroll, decides not to. Wants to save it for Deadringer.
Should be switching to his Blood Longsword here, though.
Yep,
there we
does
go.
exactly
Switching to his Blood Longsword. So gonna get a little health regen off this. Quite a bit, actually, because the synergy with that Crown of Thorns means every 5 kills, he's getting a half a heart back. I'm gonna switch to a Blood Longsword again to finish the head off. And yeah, just from that fight alone, he gained a full heart. Finding phasing not
I think
really
you
what
leave
you
that
want
where it
in this
is.
situation, I don't think. I mean, I guess if you can find a single bomb, it's good for your Necrodancer. But for the safety build here, that where I think he should be trying to run, considering that his opponent has spent the last 5 minutes or so dying in Zone 1. You just want to play it safe, and
exactly. There's no reason to try and go. There's honestly no reason to try and go too fast here. Like at this point, you're doing a deathless run, and then just stick to that.
Yep, and yeah, that Crown of Thorns Blood Longsword combination already back up to full health, and then some. Honestly, could use the Titanium Longsword to even open up that crate, maybe find some food.
Yep.
Although I think probably wouldn't be using it though, because he's probably wanting to hold on to that Earthquake Scroll.
Yep. Looks like he really wants to get into this Conjurer. Didn't immediately jump on the stairs and bop that. Oh, he just wants to check his shop, so nothing really doing in there.
Could buy the backpack. Would let him carry some food around if he so desires.
Yeah, going.
Oh, looking for that blood shovel, I think.
Just gonna take
Only
the pickaxe though.
Taking one dig or one shot at the Conjurer and getting a pickaxe, which doesn't really do much good.
Yeah, nothing really doing there. A bit of a strange decision that. I think definitely you want to be looking for that blood shovel, even if you're playing it safe. Okay, you'll lose a little bit of health, but it just makes your Necrodancer fight so much easier.
Yeah, exactly. And like, there's very little benefit in Zone 4 to upgraded digs. You're gonna have to dig regardless, and you're very, very rarely going to be faced with enough level 2 or higher walls to require that you change your route up or anything.
Yeah, exactly.
And yeah, he has a lot of money in the bank, money that he's probably not going to be spending. So pretty easily, probably could have gotten that blood shovel.
I think there you go. Just gonna pop
Popping
that.
the shields spell, really nice job here. Just going to clear that out really fast.
Yep, could have just tanked all of those hits as well, but just doesn't even want to consider it. Just wants to play this nice and slow, just see out the run and get the win. There goes the Pixie. There's a little bit of a boot upgrade as well, so nothing on the floor is an issue for him now.
Yeah, just about to finish up this 4-3. Coming up on the boss room here. Getting a little tripped up by the teleport monkey in the bounce trap. But...
yeah, that monkey playing Ringer Ringer Rosies. Oh, good use of the shield spell there, just to make sure you don't get clonked by the ogre. And he's down onto his dead ringer.
No bombs though, so I hope you guys are ready for some butts.
Isn't using his Quake Scroll, maybe forgetting he has it. But, oh, and there's a rider. Oh, okay, he's okay.
No
he's
problem,
okay.
though, but yeah,
no
that was
problem.
Kind of a waste.
Look here.
Going for red, looking for Blast Helm, and not finding it. EMP Bomber going down in Zone 3.
Got on 3-3 at 4-14 as well.
Pretty much literally all the time in the world to play this Necrodancer as safe as possible.
Exactly. Go and touch some butts. Get her done. I mean, the only thing he really has to be concerned with in this fight is Dorian.
Yeah, Dorian is the main concern here. Cadence is going to be pulling a lot of health regen, and has a potion and 5 hearts and chainmail. So, yeah, Dorian just got to avoid letting Dorian take some bomb blasts or red dragon stomps, and he should be fine.
Yep, and he's 2 hits down on the Necrodancer. Make that 3. A nice regular Minotaur spawn. Ooh, takes a hit there from that bomb spell from the Necrodancer.
Yeah, only hitting Cadence though, thankfully.
Oh,
yeah,
gets clonked by the ogre.
Here, but, you know, still has the potion on deck. Not really cause for concern just yet.
Yep, oh, okay, that's a lot of mini bosses. You might want to consider taking a couple of these out. You do have your fireball spell, so does pop it. Gets 2 hits down on the Minotaur. Pops the shield spell again. There goes the ogre. Bit of a safer proposition now. Oh, you could have got him. Could have got him there.
It's just fine though. Necrodancer bombed out all the remaining enemies there.
Yeah, but there you go. The ultimate slow play and 2-1 Fyon, like you said. So Fyon coming out with the win. EMP, just a lot of deaths. I think definitely a faster racer, but really needs to work on survival. But GG's to both of these guys. An interesting set. A great example of slow play right there. Plus fact rates this claim true, Tiasu.